All right. So right now we're kind of just giving Diego the rundown and the basics of really just how to polish and the reason why we do it and what it does. So yeah, y'all are just going to really be listening to me teaching him. So take notes if you'd like. But that looks pretty good, man. Let's check it with the light though. Yeah, that's pretty good, man. Pretty good. Yeah, I'll show them that in a minute. But yeah, pretty obvious on where you haven't done yet. So with all this being said, I'm gonna have you do a cut section now. This is gonna be a little bit different. You're gonna have to take this slower. You're gonna have to really grip onto the machine because this pad kind of throws you around a little bit. So for our cut, we're using the Roops yellow medium wool pad. I'm doing 2 dots of 3D1, 2 dots of Barney's Pure Cut. Really just put the 1 on there more than anything for the oils because this Pure Cut has a ton of abrasives, but it's not very oily. So the 3D1 just helps give us a little bit longer of a working time with it. All right, so we're gonna do right here. Try to not go farther than there. But same thing as we did before, except you don't really need to make sure that this is super even before you start. More than anything, super slow arm movements and slow speed. That way we can really let that microfiber pad just eat up that compound. All right, come here. And I want you to move it like literally like this slow.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah. All right, go ahead and take the machine. Crank it up to about 2.5. Try not to let that pad sit while you're turning it up as well. Okay, hold up. There you go. Get that even and keep going. Try not to let that pad sit for too long in one spot. Keep it moving, but moving slow. This polisher is not as forgiving as the battery-powered one. Like I was telling you, the gears in this one seem to be a little bit stronger. So it's not going to really bog down on you in creases and things like that. And when it's not even, it's just going to create a hot spot and burn the paint instead. Now it will still bog down every once in a while, but it kind of takes a lot. So really what we're looking for with the cut is you're just going to keep working that compound down until it's almost clear. Right now, see, it's kind of white, chalky, milky, if you want to say. We're really just waiting for it to work down to where there's really only oil left, and then we're going to wipe it. A little back heavy, there you go. Grab the camera, kind of show y'all what I mean by bogging down and things. So as you can see, we're making pretty good rotation right now. He's holding the polisher very level, which is what we want. Our beautiful Roops Mark II dual action 21 millimeter. So that is really what we're looking for right there. You see you got a little back heavy right there, but he fixed it. Pretty good, man. Up, little side heavy. See how that pad bogged down a little bit like it is right there? You don't have to hug that body line too tight. So, can't really... Here, let's grab a paint wipe. So, as you can see, this is what we're dealing with. It is very beat, lots of signs of early clear coat failure all over the hood. However, we were still reading about 5 mils all the way across the hood and even on the body lines and everything. So as you can see, I mean, pretty damn big difference for just a 2-step. There's a lot of things that just aren't going to come out on the paint. We were only reading about 3 on the front though. So we're not trying to hit this front section from really about here down too heavy, just because it was reading pretty thin. But it is still coming out very good, especially for it being Audi paint. All right, so you see how we're starting to get a little bit more translucent in that now? Probably a couple more passes and we'll be cranking it off. Go ahead and crank that speed up to a 3.
Another same speed?
Yep, same arm speed. Bogging down right there. Go back over that spot again, but try not to go over that body line. There you go. Yeah, what happened right there is you went over that body line on that back end a little bit. So that's all right. Whenever we start to teach you how to use a rotary, we want to try to avoid hitting body lines at all costs whenever we're doing flat panels like this, and then we're going to hit them later in a certain way. Beautiful, man. Doing great. Low and slow, just the way we like it. All right, after this pass, go ahead and just crank it off.
Oh, good.
See what we're sitting at. There's a little microfiber I can put y'all on top of. Let's see. Oh, that's probably nasty. Get a nice purple. All right, let's see what we're sitting at here. All right, do you have your white? Oh, yep. Thank you, sir. All right, that is pretty good. I like it. All right, so now that you know what you're doing, I want you to keep going with that combo and everything, exactly what you just did. I just want you to obviously start on that side, hit all this area first, and then start working towards the center. All right, so he's gonna be using that wool combo. I'm gonna switch over to a foam combo, and I'm only gonna use pure cut and just kind of see what happens, in all honesty. Oh, that didn't work. Oops. I also want to show y'all real quick. So the foam pad did not cut nearly as good as that wool pad has been. So this is with the cut with the wool. As you can see, there's obviously still some imperfections in this. We're working with what we can. But if we look up here where I cut, it's that foam pad. See how it's just a little bit more hazy, has those dots everywhere still and all that. So not really cutting as good. Still could get the job done theoretically, but not nearly as good as we want it to. So with that being said, we're probably just going to switch to only using that for now, and we're going to use that all day tomorrow and just come behind it with that HDO black pad and our Roots yellow polish. So I don't know if I necessarily explained this on camera yet or not, but for anybody who doesn't know, the whole basis of what we're trying to do here is obviously, other than remove contaminants, scratches, things like that, the purpose of that cut compound really is it's going to induce micro scratches and swirls sometimes, especially when using a wool pad, something a little bit more aggressive like that. Or anytime you're using a force rotation polisher like a rotary, sometimes even a gear driven, just depending on your skill set. It's always going to add those micro scratches when you're cutting And so really with the cut compound, you're really just trying to get out all the big stuff. And then the polish is what is going to get out all of the micro scratches and all of the stuff left behind from the cut compound to really give it that perfect finish that everybody loves and pays for. Now when it comes to a paint enhancement or a one-step polish, anything like that, really you're just trying to find the best combo, pad and compound or polish or one-step polish like 3D1. Whatever works best really with the paint that you're using in terms of removing as most as possible without introducing micro scratches and holograms. So for instance, very popular one step is the Roots yellow pad with the Roots yellow polish. I know that is a pretty popular one step, as well as just the Roots yellow or blue, the new intermediate pad with the 3D1. That is used pretty commonly by us. I love that intermediate pad with 3D1 for a lot of cars. So yeah, I mean, that's really the main difference in it, is just terms of actual perfection and really just what we're trying to accomplish with the different things. So now we're going to wipe this off, see what it's looking like. Alright, so really what we're looking for here is not the fact if we removed any big stuff, just if there is any holograms, micro scratches left behind, blah, 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 blah. I think y'all get the point. And look who stole our light. So as y'all can see, you can probably see in that light on camera all of them swirls that he induced, which is what we're looking for when cutting. See all those swirls? So that's what you have to do to get out the big stuff. I'm gonna steal this from you real quick, sir.
Okay.
So as we know, he just cut this side, but now that I have polished it, oh, sorry, still a little bit of polish on there, makes it look like scratches. Really, until we alcohol this car or use like an actual remover, it's not gonna look 100%, but as we can see here, no crazy swirls, which is what we're looking for. So with that being said, we're just going to continue like we're going. I'm going to let him do that. I'm going to start messing with the center of the hood and try to find if there's maybe possibly a one-step solution that we can use. However, I highly doubt it. Tools that we are equipped with in the shop. So I started polishing on cars when I was about 15, and back then roofs was really, they were around obviously, but they weren't really super duper prevalent, I don't think. Once again, I was pretty young, not super involved into this community a lot yet. But man, I remember when I went to go get my certification using that Mark I roof polisher, was like, Jesus was sent to heaven, or sent to earth again, man. It was so incredible. And all the stuff that they're coming out with nowadays is just insane. One thing I love about detailing is that this is a ever-evolving industry. It seems like every single year there's all sorts of new innovations, new ways to do things, new processes, new chemicals. I just love that. I love that this is an ever-evolving industry. Also, if you haven't, if you're a detailer and you want more business advice, or if you just want more advice in terms of detailing and you're an actual professional detailer, join Detailing for Money on Facebook. Lots and lots and lots and lots of great information in there when it comes to this business. Shout out to Detailing for Money. Anyways, all right, so as we can tell, that one step that I tried to do didn't really do as bad as I thought it would do, but it didn't do great. We're on the light. So yeah, I mean, definitely not great, but comparatively, you know, definitely a lot better. But You know what? Let's have a little fun. Let's get the old rotary out. Somebody can't wrap my polisher upright. Yeah, yeah. All right, y'all. So we got the rotary out. Rotary is a force rotation polisher, unlike these. These are all dual action. They move 2 random ways. Well, this actually might be a random orbital. Yeah, this one's a random orbital. Everything else is a dual action. So this is a force rotation polisher. This is really meant for cutting. What's up?
I think mine blocked out.
Huh?
Did I just use this to clean that off?
Clean it off? Just wipe it off, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, just wipe it off, man. It's all good. Sorry. I sounded like sorry.
It's okay. It's pretty difficult.
Wipe it off. Hurry up. Yeah. Yeah, hey, I'm Chris Hansen. That's funny. No? Okay.
I'll look you my back up. You know what I'm talking about, man. Yeah. The black one.
Yeah.
Why you got the black one?
All right. So getting the rotary out, you don't really necessarily want to put the polish right onto the pad.
The camera?
Yeah.
You wore one of those?
I don't know. This is funny. Yeah. Anyways, I guess. So with the rotary force rotation polisher, we don't want to put the polish directly onto the pad. We want to put it onto the paint, and then we do what is called catching a bead. So you want to follow it in the way it rotates, catch that bead, and then we're going to put that polish all the way on here. Just like that. All right. So a lot of people are a lot more confident with rotaries than I am. I like to take it a little bit slower, take my time, really watch what I'm doing versus high speed, high arm movement. I like a little bit lower speed, lower arm movement, personally. Rotaries are pretty feared in today's industry of detailing just because you can burn paint extremely easily with these if you do not really know what you are doing or if you do not know what you're looking at. But really, as long as you've worked with one of these a few times, it's not that hard to get the hang of. More than anything, you really just want to make sure, in my experience at least, that you have enough product. Most of the time when I find people burning paint with a rotary, it's because I'll go over and there's no product on the paint. So with that being said, we obviously never want to use too much either. You don't want to be like some of those painters where bring you a car and it's covered in compound, gotta pressure wash all of it off. Alright. There's some pretty heavy scratches right there, so I'm going to kind of try to sit on these a little bit, do a little edger work. So doing edging work like this creates a little bit more of a hot spot for you to be able to get out deeper stuff, but it also can/will put holograms into the paint, which you have to just really get out by recutting it, and or sometimes you can just polish it out, but in my experience, kind of hard to use with just polisher. Better to just recut the paint one more time. All right, so we're gonna set this puppy down. Stay. Well, comparatively, it's pretty damn good. Got to use the light. Just to be satisfied. All right, so as we can see, introduced quite a few swirls. But as stated, it's what we're looking for. So all of this right here probably isn't really going to come out, unfortunately. All of that is just clear coat failure. Those probably aren't going to come out unless we sand it. We ain't doing that. So that being said, probably just going to go ahead and start polishing. Well, maybe hit it one more time. All right, so we're going to try and hit this whole center a little bit more. Oh my gosh. All right, YouTube. Well, that's really the extent of what I think we're going to be talking about and doing today. Obviously, still need to polish the hood. But comparatively to where we were at before, this is a ginormous improvement. We'll definitely say we're sitting at probably about 40 to 50% correction in total with the paint right now. Obviously, this one is not going to get to 100% because of how many issues there are. This has 108,000 miles on it. So at the end of the day, only so much we can do, especially when it comes to things like all of this early clear coat failure and just everything that's etched into the paint and all of that in this car. I mean, as we can tell, obviously so much we can't do. And so much we can. So I don't even know what the hell I'm trying to say anymore. Goodbye. I don't even know. I just thought it would be funny to leave you a little note, I guess.